Honorable members, I have the following communication to make. This is a message on the nomination of the selection panel for the recruitment of the chairperson and members of the County Public Service Board. Honorable members, I have a message from His Excellency the Governor, Honorable Moses Dirango Badilisha Kiarie, on various appointments made that require the approval of this House. Honorable members, via letters dated 18 September 2025 and that October 2025, His Excellency the Governor notified the County Assembly of his decision to nominate the following persons for appointment to the selection panel for the recruitment of the chairperson and members of the County Public Service Board. Number 1, Robert Githinji Dirango, chairperson. Tabitha Wangari Ndungu, member. Eric Muriuki Kiremi, member. Charles Karoe Ngunjiri, member. Millicent Wamboi Kaburi, member. Honorable members, the notification are for approval in accordance with the requirement of the Constitution of Kenya, the County Government Act 2012 and Nyandarua County Assembly Standing Orders, and to Section 6 of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approval Act, that is number 5 of 2017. The nominations of the said persons require the approval of the County Assembly and thus are subject to the application of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approval Act, that is 2017. Honorable members, having verified the notification and the accompanying documents as presented, I find A, that the notification of the nominees has complied with the requirements of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approval Act number 5 of 2017, and I now direct the leader of the majority party to table the notification and the attendant documents before the House. Yes, sir, Honorable Whip.
Mr. Speaker, I wish to table the message of His Excellency the Governor on the appointment of selection panel for recruitment of the County Public Service Board. Mr. Speaker, I table.
Thank you, Honorable Whip. The same has been duly tabled. Honorable members, that pursuant to, that is B, that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 49.1, I refer the notification of the nominees to the Committee on Public Service Administration and Devolution for vetting and consideration in accordance with the relevant laws and to report back within the set statutory timelines. It is so directed. Thank you, honorable members. Clerk, next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is a paper to be tabled by the Honorable Isaac Mbaye Kamau, the Chairperson, Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Climate Change and Natural Resources.
Very well. Honorable Isaac Mbaye Kamau. Yes, member for Charagita.
Okay, Honorable Speaker, on behalf of my chairman, I wish to table the report of the Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources and Climate Change on Nyandarua County Lake or Brosat Sport Tourism and Conservation Half Marathon Third Annual Report and Financial Statement for the year ended 30th June 2024, and I wish to table.
Thank you. The report is duly tabled. The same shall be processed as directed by the House Business Committee, that is pursuant to Standing Order 157 5D. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is a notice of motion to be given by the Honorable Isaac Mbaye Kamau.
Very well. Honorable Kirukamburu, maybe you have the instruction.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. On behalf of Vice Chairman, I beg to give notice of the following motion that this House does adopt the report of water, sanitation, environment, tourism, natural resources, and climate change on the Nyandarua County Lake Ouroboros Sport, Tourism, and Conservation Half Marathon Fund Annual Report and Statement and Financial Statement for the financial year ended 30th June as a report of this House and the recommendation therein as a resolution of this House. Thank you.
Notice of motion is duly given, and the same shall be processed as directed by the House Business Committee. That is pursuant to Standing Order 157.5D. Next order.
Order number 7, statements. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is a statement to be sought by the Honorable Samuel Moikayani, the member for the Githurai ward.
Yes, Honorable Kashomba.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to table a statement that will be sought by Honorable Moikayani, the Chairman for Trade and Cooperative. Mr. Speaker, sir, I hereby seek a statement from the Chair Committee on Road Transport, Energy and Public Works on the aforementioned matter and raising the following concerns. That aware, electricity and gas reticulation and the energy regulation are some of the key devolved functions under Part 2 of the fourth schedule of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, and the rural electrification and renewable energy with a view of improving efficiency and timely installation of floodlights within the county. Cognizant that the House has appropriated funds or other monies for the purchase and installation of streetlights and floodlights to enhance safety of the members of the public and their property across the county. Noting that Article 201, subsection 1A of the Constitution 2010 provides that there shall be openness and accountability, including public participation in financial matter, and that Article 201, subsection 1D and E emphasize that public money shall be used in a prudent and responsible manner. Concerned that there are numerous non-functional floodlights and streetlights across the county, perpetuating an increase in insecurity. Arising from the above, all the foregoing, Mr. Speaker, I seek the Chairperson, Committee on Transport, Public Works and Energy, provide the following information with regard to the status of floodlights across the county. 1. The bill of quantities itemizing all requirement for the installation of various floodlights across the county for the financial year 2022 to 2023 to date. Vis-a-vis the amount of funds allocated for each project and specifications in the budget estimates. 2. A detailed report of the total number of floodlights installed in the county in the said period within specification information on the number of functional floodlights in each ward, the number of non-functional floodlights in each, number of non-functional floodlights in each one's reason, therefore, and whether there has any plan to ensure they are functionable. 3. Steps the department has put in place to ensure that all floodlights and streetlights are 1. Properly maintained and in good working condition. Mr. Speaker, B. Switched off during the day to save on electricity cost and C. Converted to solar powered lights. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Samuel Moikayani, MC for the Githurai ward. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I seek to table the statement.
Thank you, Honorable Kashomba. The statement is duly sought. So Chairperson Committee on Roads, Transport, Energy and Public Works, or rather any member of that committee. Yes, Honorable Gitau, you are a member of Roads. Yeah, it's in regard to the statement that has just been sought. Maybe we are seeking how many days you need to respond back to her house.
Honorable Speaker, 14 days.
Yes. Within 14 days, are you really sure within 14 days you'll, or rather you'll give a preliminary or rather progress report? How far you'll have?
Yes, maybe Honorable Speaker, within 14 days we shall have given the preliminary report.
Very well.
Maybe thereafter we can give a full report.
So clerk, ensure within 14 days the chair brings back the report, or rather the progress report on how far they'll have gone. Next order.
Order number 8, motions and bills. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is a motion to be moved by the Honorable Peter Denji Keriga, the Chairperson Committee on Special Funds Accounts.
Very well. Honorable Peter Denji Keriga, Chairperson Committee on Special Funds Accounts.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is this report was tabled on 10th July 2025, and I want to come and table it. Mr. Speaker, there is acknowledgement. I will not be able to go through the acknowledgement, and we are, Mr. Speaker, I can just give the preface, and I start pursuant to section 116.
Maybe whom you have acknowledged for the information of the House.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thought I want to acknowledge the Speaker of this House, whom I call Mr. Speaker, sir. And really, I can just do it. I will not tire to do that. I take
no worries. Just proceed the way you had proceeded. You are right.
Thank you.
Because we can be able to read
thank you,
that.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to section 116, bracket 7, bracket C of the Public Finance and Management Act of 2012, it is a legal obligation for the administrator of any county public fund to prepare and submit the fund's financial accounts to the county assembly within 3 months after the close of the financial year. In adherence this statutory requirement, Mr. Speaker, the County Assembly received the financial statement and accompanying reports for the Nyandarua County Executive, that is State and Public Officers Car Loan and Mortgages Scheme Fund for the period ending 31st December 2024. The reports were consequently forwarded to the Committee on Special Funds of for scrutiny in accordance with the Standing Orders number 197, bracket 2. Mr. Speaker, we are 9 members. I'm the chairman. Kiro Gashoba, vice chairman. Jeffrey Kamwana, member. Milka Mwangi, member. Joyce Monyua, member. Jologe Jane Gazira, our new arrest member here. A member. Jalala Caroline Wango, member. Samuel Shega Gazilimo, John Gashino Zuo. Additionally, during this compilation of this report, the following conditions: the committee's secretariat is Patricia, the committee clerk, Mr. Simon Mwango, physical analyst, Mr. Speaker, the Special Funds Committee is established starting under number 197, bracket 2 of the Nyandarua County Assembly Standing Orders, and is responsible for the examination of the accounts relating to A, Nyandarua County Executive Committee members, car loan and mortgage fund scheme; B, Nyandarua County Civil Servants, car and loan mortgage fund scheme; C, Nyandarua County Emergency Fund; D, Nyandarua County Assembly members for car loan and mortgage fund scheme; E, Nyandarua County Assembly staff for car loan and mortgage fund scheme; F, Nyandarua County Gratuity Fund; E.g. Nyandarua County Pension Funds; and lastly, such other funds established by the law as the Speaker may direct. Mr. Speaker, terms and reference following the substitution and referral for the financial statement for the Nyandarua County Executive Car Loan and Mortgage Scheme Fund, the Committee on Special Funds Accounts undertook a series of comprehensive deliberations to examine and interpret the documents in details. The primary aim of this review was to identify any underlying issues and to ensure that the fund is being managed with integrity, transparency, and in alignment with its intended purpose. To support a more thorough and a transparent evaluation, the committee, through the Office of the Clerk, formally requested additional documentation for the fund administrator. This included key financial and administrative records necessary to deepen the committee's understanding of the fund's operation. Mr. Speaker, sir, guided by its approved terms of relatives, the committee proceeded to conduct an in-depth review of the fund's financial statement. Together with the supplementary documentation submitted arising from the process, the committee made several critical findings and formulated recommendations which were hereby submitted for these honorable houses' consideration. Mr. Speaker, we have introduction that the Nyandarua County Executive Car Loan and Mortgage Fund is targeted the financial initiative established to provide accessible car and mortgage loans to eligible county employees. By facilitating affordable financing, the fund seeks to enhance employees' welfare, promote financial stability, and improve the overall retention and motivation of the county staff. The fund is anchored in the provisions of the Public Finance Management Act of 2012 and operates in accordance with the Mortgage Fund Regulations 2022 and the relevant guidelines outlined in the Salaries and Remuneration Commission circular. These legal instruments provide a clear framework of the fund's administration, including eligibility requirements, loan application procedures, and repayment terms, ensuring transparency, accountability, and responsible use of public resources. Mr. Speaker, established under Section 116 of the PMFMA, the fund represents the county government's commitment to prudent financial government through the establishment of purpose-driven special funds in functions both as the staff welfare mechanism and as a strategic tool to attract and retain skilled personnel within the county public service. Mr. Speaker, this report presents a comprehensive overview of the fund's financial operations and status of the period ending that 1st December 2024. It has carefully examined by the Committee on the Special Funds account, whose findings, observations, and recommendations are presented in the sections that follow. Mr. Speaker, we have the observation, and the findings. Upon review of the submitted financial statements and supporting documentations, the committee undertook in the depth assessment of the governance structure, compliance with the legal requirements and the operational management of the Nyandarua County Executive, Car Loan and Mortgage Fund. Subsequently, the committee made the following observation. 1. Analysis of financial information, composition of the FAD Administration Committee. During the period under review, the FAD Administration Committee was constituted as follows. Mr. Speaker, there is the name, that is Frank Moshina, the chairman, the county secretary head of public service, CPA Joseph Wahome, vice chairman head finance, Anne W. Kariuki, FAD administrator, director cabinet affairs, Gladys Kamande, Kemandu, member county staff welfare representative, Josephine Moilo, Chief Officer, Department of Floods, Physical Planning and Urban Development, Council Joseph Mogo, member, Advocate of the High Court of Kenya. The committee observed that the composition reflected compliance with the previous resolution of the county assembly, which required that both of the chief officer for lands and the officer appointed by the county secretary to represent staff welfare be included in the committee, in line with Regulation 6 of the 2022 FAD regulations. However, it was noted that the head of human resources was not included in the committee. During this reporting period, the emission leaders, the committee not fully compliant with the requirements of the FAD regulations and the intended structure for proper representation. That's a point to note, Mr. Speaker. Composition of the key management team. The operation management of the FAD was handled by the following key officers, some of whom also served as bank signatories, as listed below. The names, that is Frank Mushina, chairperson, as that is the position, Joseph Wahome, vice chairman and bank signatory, Anne W. Kariuki, the CPA, FAD administrator and bank signatory. Number 4, Miriam Muturi, member and bank signatory. Council Joseph Mogo, member and bank signatory. CPA Mangleti Gashomo, FAD accountant. Number 3, approval of financial statement, the fund's financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2024. Were formally approved on 9th January 2025. The statements were duly signed by the following authorized officers: the chairperson of the FAD committee, the FAD administrator, and the FAD accountant. In line with the best financial reporting practices, the statements include comparative analysis against the corresponding period of the previous financial year. This approach ensures consistency and adherence to applicable accounting standards. Furthermore, the management committee demonstrated compliance with the prior county assembly resolutions relating to the preparations and approval of financial statement. This reflects a strong commitment to financial accountability, transparency, and responsible funds management. Analysis of financial information. Mr. Speaker, sir, the said financial statement of Nyandarua County Executive Officers, car loan, mortgage, and mortgage fund for the quarter ended 31st December 2024 includes the following: statement of financial performance for the period ended 31st December 2024. Statements of financial positions as 31st December 2024. Statements of the cash flows for the period ended. Mr. Speaker, I'm worried. Why is my voice has changed? Am I on the right track?
Chino down about the
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker,
You said you got worried because of the change of voice?
you know, sometimes you don't know when you die. You
Yes.
just realize when you are dying. Now I heard my voice changing, because
Yes. Maybe I'm not an expert along that line. However, I can assure you, in line with the safety procedures of the assembly, you're okay.
Thank you. Analysis of financial information. Mr. Speaker, sir, the set of financial statement of Nyandarua Executive, State and Public Office, car loan and mortgage fund for the quarter ended that 1st December 2020 included the following. I had gone about 3 of them. I just go to the number 4. The statement of comparison of budget and actual amounts of the period ended that 1st December 2024. Statements of changes in net assets of the period ended 31st December 2024. According to the statement, the fund was operated as expounded below. Mr. Speaker, statements of financial performance for period ended 31st December 2024. During this period, at the review, the fund realized a total of revenue of Kenya shillings 5,476,769 shillings against total expense amounting to 5,183,163, resulting in a budgetary surplus of 283,606 as expounded below. A. Revenue analysis. The fund's primary source of income was interest earned by loans, which generated Kenya shillings 5,441,933, accounting for 99.4% of the total revenue. An additional of Kenya shillings 34,836, representing 0.6, was earned from interest on banks' balances. Notably, Mr. Speaker, there was a substantial decline in income from interest on bank balances compared to the Kenya shillings 1,006,175 reported in the previous financial year. The reduction indicated lower average bank balances or reduced interest rates during the reporting period. B. Expenditure analysis. Total expenditure of the year amounted to Kenya shilling 5,193,163 shillings, broken down as follows. Kenya shillings 4,535,563 shillings, that is equivalent to 86.3%, was utilized to cover the administration cost associated with managing and operating of the fund. 600 Kenya shillings 600 shillings, equivalent to 12.7%, was spent to travel and accommodation allowances for the fund administration. And Mr. Speaker, sometimes we shall be requesting for those receipts from where they get accommodation. Thank you.
Very well. We'll ensure we facilitate the same.
These figures reflected the fund's operational priorities and cost centers, with administration cost forming the largest portion of total expenses. In light with this, the committees raised concern over the unreasonable high administrative cost of Kenya shillings 4,535,563 shillings out of the Kenya shillings 5,193,163 shillings accrued interest as of that period, which was primarily attributed to changes by the bank managing the fund. The committee noted that this amount could have been significantly reduced and potentially retained within the fund if the mortgage committee had opted to manage operations internally. The observation raised valid questions regarding the cost effectiveness of outsourcing fund management and underscored the need to evaluate current administration arrangements to ensure better value for money. In response to this, Mr. Speaker, concerned, the FAD administrator furnished the committee with a comparative analysis report stipulated the pros and cons of having the FAD administered internally as tabulated before. Mr. Speaker, I may not go through the table. It's wise that members can ask for that so that they can read it very keenly and carefully. Having closely considered the comparative analysis, the committee made the following key observations. Working with Family Bank has been efficient with no recorded financial losses and minimal exposures of operational or financial risk. Mr. Speaker, the FAD capital continues to grow steadily, and as such, the FAD is projected to expand even further. However, this growth also increases the fund's vulnerability to fraud, technical failures, and administrative efficiencies, especially in the absence of robust internal system. C, the security and preservations of critical documents and collateral were noted to be more reliable under the bank's custody. By maintaining secure records and institutional memory, the bank has ensured reduced risk of assessment, misplacement, tampering, or unauthorized access. Most of these counties which opted for internal FAD administration have often been flagged for serious audit concerns, including unsupported expenditure, weak internal controls, and poor documentation. And E, the FAD has consistently recorded the fewest audit queries, a success attribute in part of the effective oversight and technical support provided by the Family Bank under the current arrangement. The FAD administrator committed to undertaking further considerations and investigations to determine the safest and most reliable approach to managing the FAD. This will be achieved through benchmarking with other counties, holding consultative meetings, and working in relations with the other counties. Mr. Speaker, I'm expecting you, Mr. Speaker, sir, you have noted that benchmarking so that you can just provide a day where we can go as a special FAD committee. Mr. Speaker, please note that statements of financial...
Order, Honorable Vinji. You know you're supposed first of all to finish reading the report.
Yes, I was
then
just...
members react, then maybe when you explain you can come up with that.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wanted you to get in touch to that point.
Yeah,
Thank
I got
you,
it.
but okay, Mr. Speaker. Statements of financial positions as 31st December 2024, an analysis of the FAD statement of financial positions as 31st December 2024 indicated that the net assets stood at Kenya shillings 575,867,053 shillings. The asset composition was as follows: long-term loans, that is 560,030,550 shillings. Current portion of long-term loans, that is Kenya shillings 6,004,813 shillings. Bank balances, Kenya shilling 9,831,688 shillings held at Family Bank account number blah blah. Notably, no reliability were reported during the review period, signifying a sound and solvent financial position. The FAD's net assets were fully financed through a combination of internal and external equity contribution detailed as follows. Accumulated surplus for the year, Kenya shillings 283 shillings 606. Opening balances of the revolving FAD of Kenya shillings 545,583,447 shillings. Number 3, capital transfers from the County Department of Finance, Kenya shilling 30 million. Based on the financial review, the committee made the following key observations. The fund administrator strong financial stability, having maintained in operations without any reliance on external borrowing, a clear indication of sound physical discipline and effective fund management. A substantial portion of the fund's assets was invested in long-term loans, which affirmed that the fund was actively engaged in leading operations in line with its core mandate. The low bank balances of Kenya shillings 9.8 million reflected minimal idle cash, pointing to efficient utilization of unavailable financial sources. The modest surplus of Kenya shillings 283,606 recorded during the reports period served as additional evidence of prudent financial planning and disciplined expenditure. The committee commended the fund administration for maintaining physical integrity and operational officials, which are essential for the long-term sustainability and impact for the mortgage scheme. Statement of cash flows for the period ended that 1st 2024. The statement of cash flows for the period under review provided a comprehensive summary of the fund's financial activities categorized in the operating, investing, and financing activities. The key highlights are outlined below. Cash flows from operating activities. The fund reported net cash inflows amounting to Kenya shilling 283,606 shillings from the operating activities. This amount directly corresponded to the surplus recorded during the reporting period, signifying that the fund's core operations generated sufficient revenue to cover operating costs. The positive net cash flow reflected effective operational management and resources utilization. Mr. Speaker, there is cash flows from investment activities. Under the investment activities, the fund received Kenya shillings at 2,652,504 shillings in loan principal repayments, while disbursing new loans totaling to Kenya shillings 9,100,000. This leads to us a net cash flow of Kenya shillings 26,449,416. As loan disbursement exceeded recoveries notably when compared to the same period in the previous financial year, during which 95,905,000 was disbursed. The current period reflects a significant 8.4% reduction in loan issuance. This was attributed to delay in exchequer receipts during this period. Cash flows from financing activity. During the reporting period, the fund received a financial transfer of Kenya shillings 30 million from the County Department of Finance. The amount represents a portion of Kenya shillings 70 million appropriated for the fund in the financial year 2024-2025. The inflow strengthened the fund's financing capacity and supported the continued implementation of leading programs and operational sustainability. D, net increase in cash and cash equivalents. Taking all cash movements into account, the fund recorded a net increase of Kenya shillings 3,834,191 in cash and cash equivalents. The positive outcome is indicated of strong financial stewardship and underscores the fund's ability to meet its short-term obligations. It also highlighted prudent and flow management and a healthy liquidity position of the close of the reporting period. 4. Business statements of comparison and of budgets and actual amounts of the period ended 31st December 2024. An analysis of the statement of comparison of budget actual amounts of the period ended 31st December 2024 revealed that the fund operated on a balanced budget with both projects revenue and expenditures set at Kenya shillings 16,900,000 as outlined in the table below. I may not go through that table. During the reporting period, the FAD realized total revenue of Kenya shillings 5,476,769, which represents that 2% of the project revenue. Interest income was the primary source, accounting for the majority of collections. However, other income sources significantly underperformed, realizing only 2% of this target. On the expenditure side, actual spending stood on the Kenya shillings 5,193,164, reflecting an overall absorption rate of 31%. The highest absorption was recorded at the FAD administration expense at 36%, while committee allowances and withholding tax posted notably low absorption rates of 16% and 2% respectively. As a result of the lower than expected revenue and modest expenditure revenues, the FAD recorded a budgetary surplus of Kenya shillings 203,606 for the period. The surplus reflects cautious expenditure management in response to other performance in revenue collection. Number 5, statement of changes in net assets for the period ended 31st December 2024. The statement of changes in the net assets illustrates that the fund's financial growth across two reporting periods, the entire financial year 2023-2024 and the half-year period from 1st July to 31st December 2024. It captures the cumulative impact of the operating surplus and capital injections on the fund's overall financial position as summarized below. The surplus, that is the figure to the surplus, is given. Capital fund is received, is there. Closing balances is also indicated. Growth in net assets is also indicated. And percentage growth, which is 14.8%. That is the year 2023-2024. The other one for July-December 2024, half a year, it was 5.6%. The analysis reveals that during the financial year, the period ended at 1st December 2024, the fund's assets increased by 30,203,606 shares, translating to a 5.6% growth. This positive movement is attributed to the combination of the operational surplus of Kenya shillings 203,606 and the capital injections of 30 million from the County Department of Finance. The growth underscores of the fund's financial prudence, as effective resources utilization and continued institution support, which together enhance its capacity to meet its mandate sustainability. Mr. Speaker, we have the recommendation with us in this report that the FAD administration shall ensure the immediate reconstitution of the FAD administration committee to include the head of human resources so as to guarantee proper representation and adherence to the legal framework governing the FAD. Number 2, that the FAD administration should engage Family Bank with a view to negotiate again and reduce the prevailing administration charges to ensure that the greater proportion of the FAD's income is retained within the fund for the direct benefit of its member. Number 3, the county treasury shall prioritize and guarantee the timely disbursement of all the appropriated funds to the fund in the current financial year 2025-2026 in order to avert operational delays, facilitate uninterrupted loan issuance and enhance overall program effectiveness. Conclusion, Mr. Speaker, the County Executive Car Loan and Mortgage Fund has exhibited a commendable financial health and strategic management throughout the period under review. The effective allocation and utilization of resources have resulted in positive outcomes, underscoring the County Assembly deductions to fiscal prudence. Moving forward, it is imperative to continue this trend of financial oversight to ensure the fund outgoing success and its critical role in supporting the county executive, state and public officers, financial needs and overall development objectives. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Denji. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I request my deputy, my vice chair, to second.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I take the opportunity to appreciate the good work that has been done by the Committee on Special Fund Committee on this report on the county, state, and public officers' car, loan, and mortgage for the period ended 30th December 2024. Mr. Speaker, the remarks of the chair in the conclusion actually has highlighted on the prudent management of the public resource that had been applied in the appropriation of funds to various staffs of the county government, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, it is quite commendable. But there are some few gaps that have been highlighted. One, Mr. Speaker, is that we need to have a human resource director involved in the disbursements of the funds, because it's there in the fund regulation. I think it's one option that was missing. So in future, Mr. Speaker, you have directed that he or she must be in that committee so that it can be able to have prudence in terms of appropriation of funds. Mr. Speaker, the other point is about the costs that have been accrued by the administrative cost that in terms of accommodation and travel allowances should be minimized so that you can be able to put more funds, the funds, and give the needy staffs as possible. The other one is about to negotiate with the Equity Bank and so that Family Bank, because of the costs that are there, they are quite high, so it can be able to be taken back to the fund for better management. So, Speaker, the fourth one and the last one is for the county government to make sure that, Mr. Speaker, when the budget has been uploaded, let the funds be given to the fund immediately so that we can be able to have efficiency in terms of appropriation to the beneficiaries of that fund. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I beg to second.
Thank you, Honorable Gashomba. I now propose the question, which is that this House does adopt the report of the Committee on Special Funds Accounts on the Nyandarua County Executive, State and Public Officers Car Loan and Mortgage Scheme Fund half-year report and financial statements for the period ended December 31st, 2024 as a report of the House and the recommendations therein as a resolution of the House. Yes or nobody? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as a member of the Special Funds Accounts Committee, I rise to support our report. And Mr. Speaker, I bring to your notice the commitment of the members of the Special Funds Committee, because, Mr. Speaker, they are in quorum in this particular sitting, and we are only with 3 absenteeism of the members of the committee and 1 with a medical issue. Honorable Milka, we wish her quick recovery. Mr. Speaker, it is on that background that I emphasize.
Yes, Honorable Whip.
Mr. Speaker, it is very discouraging when I am seated here the whole time and the Deputy Speaker pretends not to see me or not to know that I do not belong to that committee. You would at least have recognized one and forgotten the 5. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Deputy Speaker, that is very wrong. You ought to have consulted the whip.
Honorable
Proceed then.
Speaker, I think to retract what I said, I referred only to the commitment of the members of the Special Fund Committee, that we are 5 members of ourselves, and only 4 who are not here. And I did not disregard the other members, because we have several members who do not belong to the committee. We have about several of them. However, I appreciate the commitment of our Honorable Whip. She has always been active. Honorable Speaker, why I noted the commitment of the membership of the Special Fund Committee is to emphasize on the what my chair said before concerning this car loan and mortgage fund, the need for benchmarking. And therefore, you can see the commitment of the committee, Honorable Speaker, and you are sure that the benchmarking will bring revolutionary input to the fund, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is a very important fund available to the members of the staff of the county government of Nyandarua. It amounts to motivating the members by assuring them of affordable housing, contrary to the affordable housing provided by the Kenya Kwanza government, which party I belong, of the UDA. But the difference is, Mr. Speaker, the mortgage afforded to the members of the staff has very small interests, and it's so affordable that so many of the working staff of the county government of Nyandarua are housed in their own residences, they own, and therefore this is a very big motivating factor. Mr. Speaker, therefore, the emphasis of prudence use of this fund and disbursement of this fund cannot be overemphasized. Mr. Speaker, it is important to note that the growth of this fund will allow as many members of the staff to benefit from the fund and severally be able to upgrade their lives. I say this, Mr. Speaker, to emphasize on the point that the high administrative costs denies the fund's growth. Consuming over 75% of its income on, by way of interest is denying the growth of this fund, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, it is important that the Fund Administrative Committee looks into a way of reducing the operations costs. And this is possible, Mr. Speaker. They can benchmark even with the County Assembly of Nyandarua, which manages the fund internally. And even other county governments which are also have the high number of staff. So therefore, Mr. Speaker, the committee, the usefulness of this committee will be noted when they look into the ways of increasing this fund. The other point, Mr. Speaker, I want to emphasize without much repetition is the inclusion of the head of the human resource. Mr. Speaker, it is the head of human resource that guarantees the merit of the merit of the staffs who require the fund, and also who guarantees the assurance of the staff turnover to avoid unnecessary loss that may occur in the event that the staffs awarded are either about to leave the service or otherwise. They may have other ways of noting it, of finding out of that information, but the inclusion was found necessary by the resolutions of the County Assembly of Nyandarua. Why they did not consider that resolution, they should let the County Assembly know why, and they should explain. Otherwise, the inclusion of human resource, head of human resource, is very important in the administration of this fund. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I was also to commend the county government of Nyandarua for maintaining this important fund and assuring that members are able to access the mortgage loans and car loans, because it facilitates on their dignified accommodation and effective transport. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Diaz. Yes, Honorable Kongo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me say I'm glad because of this report. But once again, I also want to note, Honorable Speaker, the issue I was raising this morning, and I raised it again. So I don't know whether the rest 40 million was disbursed. Honorable Speaker, I am not seeing whether there were attachments to this report, because I'm concerned to know the beneficiaries, not actually in names or in particulars of exact names who benefited. But I want to see an aggregation of, to see maybe which kind of staff benefited from this. Because as much as we may receive this report and this money and the portfolio the way it is, who are the beneficiaries? Because I have the information that only the high-notch staff, the directors and the senior staff in the county that are benefiting, but there are other staffs that are down there, that even when they apply, it becomes very critical or they don't benefit. So maybe, I'm not aware, maybe the committee was furnished with the same information, or that annexure is there, but we would like to see whether there is equity and fairness. Because I've seen the composition of the committee that is responsible for the management of this fund. We would like to know, for example, according to the job group, how are they benefiting according to the job groups? We know this money is never sufficient, because if you look at our workforce, there are many compared to the money or the portfolio that we have for the mortgage. But I'm interested to know, out of the job group, how are they benefiting? Honorable Speaker, I would like to know that, because they have been receiving so many complaints. There are certain people who don't get, and remember, it is right for each and every employee, especially those who are the permanent and pensionable scheme, to benefit from this. So maybe the committee is aware, but maybe when they are doing the final report, because this is a half-year report, we would like to see a more elaborate, indicating the distribution of how that portfolio have been, and even in the past. I have also seen that saying there are no liabilities. We would like to know for sure whether there have been defaulters, because there are those cases, we know, and we are aware.
Information, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable, to the House or to the member?
To the member, into the House.
Okay.
Because it's quite important. And actually, the Honorable to Honorable Kongo, that as a committee, special fund committee, we are aware that it is have a quarterly report, but the names of the beneficiaries in their minutes and the data will be provided at the course of the year, when we have a full documentation of what has been transpired in the course of the year.
Yes, Honorable Kongo.
Honorable Speaker, I received the information. That is why as I am debating this afternoon, I'm proposing that when we are doing the final year, we would like to see, because as an oversight body, we would like to feel that each and every employee in Nyandarua County is protected and they can get their right. Because we know and we are aware, we want to see. Let's see that all the job group, there must be a criteria, because this money is not enough. Let's see around the job groups, how they are benefiting. Let's see also even department-wise, because we are aware that there are people who have always applied and they never get. Let's also see whether the 70 million we provided was dispersed, all of them, because I've been having an issue at the budget where they are saying 70 is enough. We also want to know whether the 70 million was, or the amount was released. So I'm just giving some information because I don't want to question at this level. Hopefully, maybe when the end of the year reports or the final year, the whole year report comes, some of these issues will be able to come out during the reporting. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I congratulate the committee, and I have noted conspicuously that they are present to defend their report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Speaker.
Honorable Joyce.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm also a member of that committee, and I want to congratulate my committee for the work that has been done and the detailed report that has been provided. And maybe without risking the repetition, one of the things that have come out very clearly, and this would also maybe even respond to what the Honorable Chair of the Budget was bringing about, we realized that because of what they are calling delay in release of the funds, we were not able to give, the department were not able to give the loans, even in comparative with the previous year. As per the report, we say there was even a 38.4% decrease in the number of beneficiaries that benefited for this. And this was really attributed to the fact that there was delay in the funds. In the same case, some of the funds that what they call miscellaneous income, which comes from the funds that are invested, because when they are released, we noted also a very huge increase. If you check the previous period, we had almost over 1 million that was gained from the interest. But in the current report that we are giving, we are talking of 34,000, only 34,000. And when we queried about this reduced fund, the information that came is that the funds are really delaying in when they are released to the fund. So for me, as has been indicated in the recommendation, that is one thing that really needs to be followed, because that would have an issue on why maybe some of the beneficiaries that requested for the funds were not able to get. And also I agree, because when you check even the comparative figure, as we noted even in the report that we shared in the morning, we are comparing a full year report with a half year report. That does not give the bigger picture of basically what we may need to become and report in the House. But I support the report. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Joyce.
And I call the mover.
Yes, mover respond.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's very advisable that we have noted what Honorable Kongo has advised about the beneficiaries. In fact, it is wise to have a breakdown data. And also, Mr. Speaker, as we have not presented the full report, we are ready even to go beyond. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. And I move.
Thank you, Honorable Denji. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that this House does adopt the report of the Committee on Special Funds, Accounts, on the Nyandarua County Executive State and Public Officers Car Loan and Mortgage Scheme Fund Half-Year Report and Financial Statement for the period ended December 31st, 2024 as a report of the House, and the recommendations therein as the resolution of the House. May those of a similar opinion say aye. May those of a contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. Clerk, next order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, we have exhausted the business as appearing in this afternoon sittings order paper.
There being no other business to transact under this sitting, I now adjourn the House to Wednesday, the 15th day of October 2025 at 9:30 a.m.